Hello, English Kul family. How are you? First of all, very good wishes for the happy Dashera or Das Dasmi, you can say. Yesterday, Navratri day has finished. I really think that you definitely have enjoyed a lot of much, and as well as we have completed yesterday our first book, Atomic Habit. And I hope that you have learned lots of good habits from that book. So today, now we will start again a new and a very fascinating book with a legendary. It's Elon Musk. Might be you know or you all know about Elon Musk. It's a world, not world greatest man, as well as the a visionary man. Yeah, you can say it's a he is visioning his thinking, you can say that a human can live another planet as well, not only Earth. As you know that in today's humans being are exist in only Earth, but now he is thinking that human should live in another planet as well, and he decided to live in Mars. Mars means Mangal Graha. So he is working on the same for the achieving his goal. He is launching again and again a rocket because he is a CEO of SpaceX. Falcon 11, I guess, the latest rocket he has launched. Falcon 11, the world heaviest rocket, even though NASA has not this kind of rocket. So yeah, it's a very inspirational man. If you read about thing, Ilan, you definitely you will be lots of knowledge about the how the CEO thinking, how to be rich, how to be successful, how to be face the situation or bad scenario in life, bad phases in life. So I would definitely recommend, please uh, watch my podcast, you can say, or watch my videos, full videos of Elon Musk. I will read half an hour on each day, almost. Um, Definitely, if one lesson will be complete in 2 days. So there are 11 lesson and some other phrases. So it might be take around 25 or 1 month maximum. So let's begin the journey. As you know, we are taking a challenge of 100 days reading challenge, and it's our 18th day of the reading. In 17 days, we have completed our first book called Atomic Habits. So yes, who are the new in my channel? Let me again tell you, or I would like to again request you that if you really want to be successful or connect with me or make your confident your fluency, achieve fluency, be confident speaker, so we can help each other. So you can message me on my WhatsApp number, which is 98739767739. If we achieve to make a community, so definitely we will get together once in a month and we'll share our thought process about how to be rich or how to get perfect our fluency. So there are 11 lesson and it's the first lesson of the book. So it's Elon's word means what Elon is thinking. So it's a word what he is thinking about the world. So he is a chapter of around Elon's world. So chapter one, Elon. I will say the Elon, not Elon. Okay. Yeah. So, do you think I am insane? Elon is saying. Do you think I am insane? This question came from Elon Musk near the very end of a long dinner we shared at a high-end seafood restaurant in Silicon Valley. I would gotten to the restaurant first and settle down with a gin and tonic, knowing a Musk world, as ever to be later. After about 15 minutes, Musk showed up wearing leather shoes, designed jeans, and a plaid dress shirt. Musk stands 6 foot one, but ask anyone who know him as they will confirm and that he seems much longer than that. He is absurdly broad-shouldered, sturdy, and thick. You would figure he would use this frame to his advantage and perform an alpha male strut or when entering a room. Instead, he tends to be almost sheepish, its head tilted slightly down while walking, a quick handshake, hello after reaching the table, and then but in seat. From there, Musk needs a few minutes before he warms up and looks at each. Musk asked me to dinner for a negotiation of short. 18 months earlier, I had informed him of my plans to write a book. To write a book about him, and he would inform me of his plans not to cooperate. His rejection stung, but rushed me into reporter mode. If I had to do this book without him, so be it. Plenty in people had left Musk companies, Tesla Motors and SpaceX, and would talk, and I already knew a lot of his friends. The interviews followed one after another month after month, and 200 or so people into the process. I heard from Musk once again. He called me at home and declared that things could go one of two ways. He could make my life very difficult, or he could help with the project after all. He would he would be willing to cooperate if he could read the book before it went to publications and could add footnotes throughout it. He would not meddle with my text, but he wanted to chance to set the record straight in sports that he deemed factually inaccurate. I understood where this was coming from. Musk wanted a measure to control over his life story. He is also weird, like a scientist, and suffers a mental anguish at the sight of a factual, factual error. A mistake on a printed page would gnaw at his soul forever. While I could understand his perspective, I could not let him read this book for professional, personal, and practical reasons. Musk has his vision of the truth, and it's not always the version of the truth that the rest of the world shares. He turns to verbose answer to even the simplest of question as well, and the throw of 30-page footnotes seemed all too real. Still, we agreed to have dinner, chat all this out, and see where it left us. Our conversation began with a decision of public relation people. Musk burns through PR staffs notoriously, notoriously fast, and Tesla was in the process of hunting for a new communications chief who is the best PR person in the world. He asked in a very Muskan fashion. Then we talked about a mutual acquaintance, Howard Hughes, and the Tesla factory. Then the waiter stopped by to take our order. Musk asked for suggestion that would work with his low carb diet. He settled on chunks for friend, a lobster stock in black squid ink. The negotiations hadn't begun. and Musk was already dishing. He opened up about the major fear keeping him up at the night, namely that Google's co-founder and CEO Larry Page might well have been building a fleet of artificial intelligence enhanced robots capable of destroying mankind. I am really worried about this, Musk said. It didn't make Musk feel any better that he and Page were very close friend and that he felt Page was fundamentally a well-intended person and not Dr. Evil. In fact, that was short of the problem. Page, a nice guy, natural left him assuming that the machines would forever do our bidding. I am not as optimistic, Musk said. He could produce something evil by accident, and the food arrived. Musk consumed it. That is, he didn't eat it as much as he made it disappear rapidly with a uh, few gentian bites. Dip- uh, Desperate to keep Musk happy and chanting, I handed I handed him a big chunk of steak from my plate. The plan worked for all of 90 seconds. Meat hung gone. It would a while to get Musk off the artificial intelligence doomed and boom talked and to the subject at hand. Then as we drifted towards the book, Musk started to feel me out, probing exactly why it was that I wanted to write about him and calculating my interaction. When the moment presented itself, I moved in and seized the conversation. Some ad, some ad reline released and mixed with the gin, and I launched into what was meant to be a 45 minutes sermon about all the reasons Musk should let me um, burrow deep into his life and do so, getting exactly none of the controls he wanted in nature. He wanted in return. The speech revolved around the inherent limitations of footnotes, Musk coming off like a control freak, and my journalistic integrity being com- compromised. To my great surprise, Musk cut me off after a couple of minutes and simply said, okay, one thing that Musk holds in the highest regard is resolved, and he respects people who continued one after being told no. Dozens of dozens of other journalists had asked him to help with a book before, but I had been the only unknowing asshole who continued on after Musk's initial rejection, and he seemed to like that. The dinner went down with pleasant conversation, and Musk lying waste to the low crab diet. A waiter showed up with a giant yellow cotton candy dessert sculpture, sculpture, and a Musk dug into it, ripping off a handful of the sugary fluff. It was settled. Musk granted me access to the executive at his company and friends and his family. He would meet me for dinner once a month for as long as it took. For the first time, Musk would uh, let let a reporter see the inner working of his world. 2.5 hours after we started, Musk put his hands on the table, made a move to get up, and then paused, locked eyes with me, and busted out that incredible question. Do you think I am insane? The oddity of the moment left me speechless for a beat, while my every snap fired trying to figure out if this was some sort of riddle, and if so, how it should be answered artfully. It was only after I would spend a lots of time with Musk that I realized the question was more for him than me. Nothing I said would have mattered. Musk was stopping one last time and wondering aloud if I could be trusted, and then looking into my eyes to make his judgment. A split a second later, we shook handshake and Musk drove off in a red Tesla Models S sedan. Any study of Elon Musk being at the headquarters of SpaceX in Haverton, California, a a suburb of Los Angeles, located a few miles from Los Angeles International Airport. It's there that visitors will find two giant posters of Mars hanging side by side on the wall, leading up to Musk's cubicle. The poster of the left depicts a Mars at it as it is today, a cold barren red orb. The poster on the right shown a Mars with a humongous green landmass surrounded by ocean. The plant has been heated up and transformed a suit humans. Musk fully intend to try and make it happen, turning humans into space colonizers in his stated life's purpose. I would like to die thinking that humanity has a bright future. He said, if we can solve sustainable energy and be well on our way to becoming a multiplanetary species with a self-sustaining civilization on another planet to cope with the worst case scenario happening and extinguishing human consciousness, then and here he paused for a moment. I think that would be really good if some of the things that Musk says and does sound absurd. That's because on one level they very much are. On this occasion, for example, Musk's assistant had just handed him some cookies and ice cream with sprinkles on top, and he then talked earnestly about saving humanity while a blotch of the desert hung from his lower lip. Musk, a, a ready willingness to tackle impossible things, had turned him into a deity in Silicon Valley, where fellow CEOs like Pages speak of him in a reverential way, and budding entrepreneurs strive to be like Elon, just as they had been striving in years past of mimic Steve Jobs. Silicon Valley though operates within a wrapped version of reality and outside the confines of its shared fantasy. Musk often comes off a much more polarizing figure. He's the guy with the electric car, solar panels, and rockets pedaling for top. Forget Steve Jobs, Musk is a sci-fi version of P.T. Burman who has gotten extraordinarily rich by preying on people's fear and self-hearted by a Tesla. Forget about the mess you have made. of the planet of for a while. I would long been a subscriber to to this letter camp. Musk had struck me as well as intention dreamer, a card carrying a member of Silicon Valley techno utopian club. This group tends to be mix of Ian Rand devotees and engineer absoluting who see their hyperlogical worldviews as the answer of every one. If we would just get out of their way, they would fix all our problems. One day soon enough, we will be able to download our brain to a computer, relax, and let their algorithm take care of everything. Much of their ambitions prove inspiring and their works helpful, but the techno utopians do get tiresome with their platitudes and their ability to prattle on for hours without saying much of substance. More discerning is their underlying message that humans are flawed and our humanity is an unknowing burden that needs to be dealt uh, within due course. When I would quote Musk at Silicon Valley events, his high-falutin talk often sounded straight out of the techno dystopian playbook, and most unknowingly, his world-saying companies didn't even seem to be doing all that well. Okay, there are, I guess, 23, so it would be a bit difficult. Oh, yes. Yes, in the early part of 2012, the cynics like me had to take notice of what Musk was actually accomplishing. His once beleaguered companies were succeeding at unprecedented things. SpaceX flew a supply capsule to the International Space Station and brought it safely back to Earth. Tesla Motors delivered the models as a beautiful all electrical sedan took the automotive industry a breath away and slapped Detroit sober. These two feats elevator Musk to the highest among business titans. Only Steve Jobs could claim similar achievements in two such different industries. Something putting out a new Apple product and a blockbuster Pixar movie in the same year, and yet Musk was not done. He was also the chairman and largest shareholder of SolarCity, a blooming solar energy company poised to file for an initial public offering. Musk had somehow delivered the biggest advances that the space, automotive, and energy industry had seen in decades in what felt like one fell swoop. It was in 2012 that I decided to see what Musk was like firsthand and to write a cover story about him for Bloomberg Business Week. At this point in Musk's life, everything ran through his essential loyal appendage, Marybeth Brown. She invited me to visit what I have come to refer to as Muskland. Anyone arriving at Muskland for the first time will have the same head scratching experience. Your world, you are told to park at One Rocket Road in Harathon, where SpaceX has its headquarters. It seemed impossible that anything good could call Hawthorne home. It's the black part of Los Angeles country in which groupings of rundown houses, rundown shops, and rundown eat series surrounded huge industrial complex that appear to have been built during some kind of architect boring uh, rectangle movements. Did Elon Musk really stick his company in the middle of this drag? Then okay, things start to make more sense when you see one 550,000 square foot rectangle painted an outrageous hue of unity of body, soul, and mind. White, this is the main SpaceX building. It was only after going through the front doors of specs that are grandeur of what this man had done become apparent. Musk had built an honest to God a rocket factory in the middle of Los Angeles, and this factory was not making one rocket at a time. No, it was making many rockets from scratch. The factory was a giant a shared work area near the back were massive delivery bays that allows for the arrival of hunks of metal which were transported to two-story high welding machines. Over to one side were technicians in white coats making motherboards, radios, and other electronics. Other people were in a special airtight glass chamber, building at capsules that rockets would take to the space station. Tattooed men in bandanas were blasting Van Halen and threading wires around rocket engineers. Engi- there were completed bodies of rocket lined up, one after the another, one after the other, are ready to be placed on trucks. Still more rockets in another part of the building awaited coats of white paint. It was difficult to take in the entire factory at once. There were hundreds of bodies in constant motion, whirring around a variety of bizarre machines. Bizarre means high machine. So guys, this is a very huge chapter, so we cannot complete in once. Although I can, but it will be a bit kind of boring, bit time consuming. So might be you bored while listening or reading. So I am done for the today, and yesterday I'll complete again this chapter when where I have just finished today. So till the time, guys, enjoy today's evening. It's a Dasara evening and Diwali to be coming. So a new year also be coming. So if you want to really make a change and see a change in yourself, uh, one habit only for me you can change in yourself. Okay, adopt some good habits and be confident and be good in English. It's a very good habit for everyone. Either you are living in town, living in village, living in city, everywhere, and it will work in your whole life till the last breath, guys. Seriously, believe me. So as I shared in the beginning, I am discussing again that I have shared my WhatsApp number in description box 98739 If you need any kind of help, please message me there or you can comment me below as well. So guys, to hard work till the time, goodbye.